Talk your shit, K.
My theme music.
It's my theme music.
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
It's another episode of Safe Loud, y'all. You know what to do. Get your wine in your wine glasses. Get your Henny in your shot glasses. For those of y'all mixing up those mixed drinks, don't water that motherfucker down.
Don't water that shit down.
And for those of y'all not fucking with me right now, I get it. I'm a multifaceted woman. Go ahead and brew your lavender or your chamomile. Sit back, relax, and get ready for another episode of Safe Loud. We're bringing the fuckery, y'all. Let's go.
It is another episode of Say It Loud, y'all. And it's your girl. My kids make fun of me when I do that, by the way. They were like, y'all. So I'm always inspired to talk to you guys about things that are happening in the world. And I was listening to my boy's podcast on Instagram. He tagged me in it. And I was like, let me listen. And I was listening to the podcast, and he said something that was so interesting to me that I started thinking. My brain just started going with it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record a show about this because I really feel like this is a topic we need to talk about. So you guys, in the meantime, after my show, you can go check out Too Much Game podcast and listen to it for yourself, because he's actually talking to men about like how they deal with women. But I was sitting here thinking about the women and how they deal with men, and how does that work? So the first thing that came to my mind was like, what as a woman do you bring to the table? Because there's a lot of women. I'm on Instagram all day, y'all know that. I be killing the shit, right? There's a lot of women that are on social media and other places and are like, asking men, like, what do you bring to the table? And I get it. I was actually watching a video a while back of a woman, a younger woman. She younger than me, because I'm on some grown folk shit. Y'all know that, right? So I was watching this woman on this video, and she was talking about like, and it was just her by herself. I don't know if she has YouTube or I don't really know who she was, but it caught my attention. I was like, let me watch. I'll give in. Go ahead. It's content. So I'm watching this woman speak, right? And she's like, I don't date any dudes that don't drive a car that's like 2018 or better. You know what I mean? She was like, I don't date a guy that doesn't make less than $100,000 a year. Mind you, I live in New York. 100,000 ain't shit, but okay. She was like, I don't date dudes that got kids. I don't date dudes like, you gotta have like it. Oh yeah. She was like, when it comes to the car, I gotta be no more than 3 years old. And like, it can't be like a Nissan Maxima or something like that. It gotta be like a high-end luxury line car. And he can't have no kids because I don't want to deal with baby mama drama. And he gotta be educated and have gone to college and like went to a really good school. And he gotta make $100,000 a year. And he gotta be handsome. And he gotta have a big dick. And he gotta have like a cool moms. And he can't be a mama's boy. And she had just this laundry list of shit, and I was listening to it, and at first, I ain't gonna lie, because I'll be a fucking hypocrite, and y'all know I'm not a hypocrite. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like, are you done mixing yet? Are you done? And then I was like, you know what? Let me listen to sis. And I was listening to her, and at first, I was like, kind of what she's saying, I get it. Like, bro, like, I don't want to date a bum nigga. Like, I understand where sis is coming from at first, but then it just got more and more and more. And I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep listening. But the more she kept talking, the more I was like, all right, like, I get it. I see, what your requirements are. And I understand that there's women that have requirements and a laundry list of requirements that they want from a partner. And I get that. But then when it was time to ask those questions back to her, like, sis, do you make $100,000? Nah, but sis, do you have any children? I got one, but how old's the kid? He 2, but sis, do you drive 2018 or better? I don't have a car right now, but okay, sis, do you live on your own? Well, I'm working on getting a place, but, and then I started looking at it and I was like, well, damn, like, as women, and I'm not saying as women, including me, because I don't fucking do this shit, but because I just don't feel I'm in a place in my life where I don't have to do that. And we could talk about that on a whole nother show. But I'm 40 something years old. I live on my own. I drive my own car. I take care of my own shit. Like, I don't have to have this conversation with no one. You know what I mean? I'm at a place in my life where when I make my laundry list, it has nothing to do with physical things. That's just me. But we could talk about that in the second half. Let's get back to this woman. So she's telling everybody like what her requirements are as far as a partner. Mind you, she did not talk about any emotional things, any, cultural things, any goals or any ambition or anything related to emotions and culture and structure and customs and, that type of thing. It was just like, he got to have this. They were all tangible physical things, if you understand what I'm saying. It wasn't like, okay, I'm manifesting a man that's going to listen to me and respect me and talk to me and be able to communicate. It wasn't any of those things. It was just like, yo, he got to have this car. He got to have his own crib. He got to have this amount of money. He can't have no kids. It was all tangible. Got to have a good job. He has to go to school. And then you throw that ball back at that woman and you're like, all right, cool. Like, I understand everything you're saying. You want somebody that's about something and doing their things. Mind you, none of those things mean that a person's necessarily about it. But what are you bringing to the table? Because you just built this big ass fucking table that you want to sit at, right? As a woman, you just built this fucking table and you're just like, okay, this is what I want at my table. I want someone who could bring these things to my table. And I understand that as a woman, we like, we want to build a solid table and we want to have people that sit there that are pouring into it, not taking out. I get it. At the same time, when faced with that same question of what are you bringing to the table, do you have the things that you are requiring from this partner? I think that's what I walked away with from this conversation, from watching this video. I was like, do you have the things that you're asking for? And then my next question was, does the man that have all those things you just asked for want you? Because there's a lot of women out here putting out these laundry lists of things that they want from a man. And I get that. We should, and I'll talk about that in the second half. We should be manifesting what we want and writing it down and all that kind of stuff so that we know when that person comes what the qualities we're looking for. Yes, we're going to talk about that in the second half after commercial. But for this particular part, are you able to bring to the table what you asking from somebody else? Because I feel, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, we can argue if you want, that a relationship is 50-50. And 50-50 don't always look the same, right? Somebody got to be the ladder. Somebody got to hold the ladder. It's still 50-50. Don't get it twisted. Because if you fall and bust your ass, you still fall and bust your ass, right? So it got to be a strong person holding it and a lighter person climbing it. And then at other times, it's going to be switched the other way around. There's going to be one person, rowing the boat and one person pulling, one person pushing. You got to look at the strong suits of each of you. But in reality, it made me think, like, there's a lot of people out here, particularly, I don't know about men laundry lists. I'll get some dudes on the show. We could talk about it. But I know there's a lot of women that have these lists of things that they want from a partner. And I get it. I respect it. But are you able to bring the things that you're asking? And do you think it's fair to ask those things if you yourself cannot bring them to the table? Because I'll tell you right now, I love my son to death. I don't want him with no broke bitch. If my son made $150,000, $200,000, $1 million, whatever the case, and he's just a genuine good guy, I don't want some woman just taking advantage of him and his hard work because he put in all these things and they not doing it. They not pulling their weight. And there's a lot of women that are like, oh, well, men are supposed to take care of women. Yes, I understand that to some extent culturally and, going back in the day and all that kind of shit. But I also feel like I wouldn't want someone taking advantage of my cousins, my uncle, my brother, my father, or anybody else. Like, yo, just because I'm your woman, that means you're supposed to give me this. Well, sis, what have you done for yourself? Because you built this really big table. You built a big, broad-ass table. And do you have the things in your life right now that you can put on that table and say, well, you know what? I'm asking this because. I'm requiring this because. right? So let's go back to this woman. She was like, I want this dude to have like a good college education. Sis, have you been to college? No, but I'm going to go back. Okay, I'm not knocking that you're going to go back, but now you asking of something of someone that you yourself don't have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people should date at their level. Don't get it twisted. But you're not asking to date at your level. You're asking for someone to come and bring all these things into your life. What are you bringing into their life? What are you bringing them? What have you done? What are your accomplishments to make somebody, again, in that situation, want to be with you? Because let me tell you the truth, 99% of the time, the man like that you said need to have all of those things, how are you going to meet that man? Y'all not in the same circle. I can tell you right now, y'all not in the same circle. Y'all not in the same circle. Because any man like that who's doing all them things, he going to want a woman at his level. And if you don't have the things that you asked at his level, then what makes you think he going to want to be with you? No, don't get it twisted. There are men that are like, fuck it, I don't care because I can take care of myself. I'm good or whatever. So I can fuck this bitch right now. And I get it. I get it. Wealthy people got that option. Or people that are okay financially got that option. And there's a shortage of men. So they have that option. But you as a woman, what are you bringing to the table that you built? You're asking for all of these things. Can you meet the things that you're asking for? And I'm going to tell you that you can't. I'm going to tell you as a woman that you can. I know you can't, because a woman of that caliber who has all of those things going for her are not asking for those things. Well, at least I'm not. Are not asking for those things. It's a fucking given. I don't have to have a conversation. I don't have to make a video out of it. Like, recognize like. Game, recognize game. So certain people that even try to talk to me or holla at me know, like, okay, well, like, you know, and I don't floss anything. I don't show off anything that I have, but there's a lot of times people don't even know what kind of car I drive. But those type of women, they don't need to say that. They attract that. Vice versa. Those type of men attract, well, actually those type of men attract any kind of woman, right? Because the women are attracted to the wrong thing. And then you see the guy. And that's another thing. Like, a lot of those women are like, well, let me get in the VIP section in the club. Like, sis, let me just run this by you real quick. Only the young dudes in the club spending $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 buying bottles. The grown ass men, this show for grown ass people. It ain't for y'all kids. Grown ass men are not doing that shit. Maybe for somebody's birthday or a bachelor party, but they not out here dropping 6, 7, 8 grand. They got mortgage to pay. They got cars to pay for, motorcycles. They got to pay for a helmet, karate class. They not doing that shit. They not doing that shit. You looking for the wrong thing. You can't even spot it. I could give you a lesson because I can spot it. You can spot it when the car pull up in the front and the valet bring it around. But other than that, you ain't going to know. Not everybody out here doing that. But this, like I said, this grown folks talk. Y'all youngins don't understand that. There are young cats spending money in the clubs because they don't have houses and mortgages and karate class and shit like that. You know what I mean? They don't have those same responsibilities. But the grown ass man that you talking about, that you want all these things from, he not in there doing that. He not. They done rented a house somewhere for the weekend. They ain't in no fucking club. But this isn't about him. This is about women and us saying, okay, where do we get this laundry list from? And is it a realistic laundry list that we asking for? That we are asking for? Is it fair to be asking someone for something that you yourself don't have or you yourself cannot provide? Is that fair? Is it fair? Would you, as a mother, because a lot of us women that listen got kids, would you as a mother want someone to do that to your son? And say, you know what, he got to have this, and this. And then, again, they were all tangible things. They weren't things like he has to be a good listener and a good provider and ambitious. Because all of those things, like Jasmine Guy said in the show, like, he'll have all those other things if he is ambitious, if he is strong, if he is willing, if he does communicate, if he's about his shit, then he's going to have all of those things. He doesn't need you to tell him that. But then it also makes me wonder, what is the value of your laundry list? Is your laundry list about what he has accomplished? Or is your laundry list about the person that he is? Because he can have all of those things. That don't mean you're going to get your hands on them. That don't mean he ain't going to beat the shit out of you. That don't mean he ain't going to talk down to you. That don't mean he going to tell you can't go over to your mom's house. That don't mean he going to be able to change diapers with you when you have babies. That don't mean he going to let your friends come to the crib and chill with y'all. That don't mean nothing. So think about that. Because that's important for us to talk about too. Like, we be thinking sometimes that the people that we want gonna have all of these things. You didn't ask for any of the qualities outside of the materialistic things that you asked for. So when you get all of these material things, and then you're like, well, this person don't listen to me, or they don't hang out with me and my friends, or we never go anywhere, or he's always busy, he don't make time for me, he don't do this. And then you'll realize, but you didn't ask for that, sis. That's not what you asked for. You asked for this laundry list of shit. That's what you got. A laundry list of shit. And so my reasoning behind this show wasn't just about, looking at what we're manifesting, what we're asking for of a partner. It was really reflecting on ourselves as women and saying, and a lot of dudes listen to the show too. So guys, you should be thinking about this too. When that woman comes to you with this list that she has, and says, you need to have this, this, and this. This is what I'm looking for in a relationship, and this is what I'm looking for in a partner. The first thing you need to look at and say is, these are all tangible things. These are not a partner. You're looking for a car. You're looking for a house. You're looking for a degree. You're not looking for a person. That's the first thing. Like, if somebody ever came to me and was like, these are the things I'm looking for in a relationship. I'm looking for a 2020 Benz. Like, bro, you looking for a car. Go to the car dealership. That's where the fuck you gonna find that shit. I'm looking for a degree. Okay, well, you could go to the local college down the street. You could go sign up. I'm looking for, like tangible things that you can go get yourself. Why are you looking for them with me? Those are my accomplishments. And I'm not saying I'm not going to share them, but how you going to tell me what you need my accomplishments to be, and you don't have none of the things that you asked me to accomplish? How? And I'm not talking about people that didn't do it because they couldn't enough or whatever. I'm talking about you didn't have the ambition, you didn't have the motivation, but now you want to stand here with your big mouth and say, okay, this person need to have this. They put in the work, you didn't. I have 3 degrees. And I'm working on a 4th, maybe. I don't know. But I got 3 degrees, up to a master's degree. So somebody gonna say, well, I want a woman that has a master's degree. I have one. What the fuck that means? What does it mean for you? What does that mean for you? That I'm going to take better care of you? I could still be a fucking asshole. How you know? Oh, well, you're going to make more money. I could. Don't mean I'm going to give you shit. Does it mean it's going to make me a better mother? I don't know. I was a good mother before that. So I can't say to you that those things that you're looking for means that you're going to get a better quality person because you look for them. But it's not even about the other person. It's about you. It's about you asking for things that you want someone to bring to your table, and a table that you built so fucking tall that you yourself can't even fucking sit at it. How big are your motherfucking balls? That you get to do that you get to say, like, this is what I need. And I'm not saying that there aren't things that people need. There are things that people need, and there are things that we need in relationships. I'm just saying, is it fair for you to be asking for things that you yourself cannot bring to the motherfucking table? That's what I'm saying. Is it fair? And would you like someone to do that to your mom, your dad, your cousin, your aunt, you know what I mean? And put those standards on them when you can't do that. I'm going to tell y'all right now, nobody borrows my motherfucking car. Nobody, not even my mama, not just more than anybody else. Nobody borrows my motherfucking car. Nobody. When I was married and I drove a Benz, asked my ex-husband, if he wanted to borrow my car, I'd be like, no, you don't have collateral. So you can't borrow it. You got to give me your car key, and I'm not driving your Civic. So when you level up, then you can borrow my car. But I got to have collateral. You can't borrow my car if you don't have collateral. Dead ass. So for me, I got to date someone who got collateral. If you asking to use my shit. FYI, if we ever go on a date, I'm not driving my Benz. I'm going to drive my beat up Camry, and I'm going to wear 2 ponytails, and I'm going to black out my teeth so I look like shit, and then we could weed the motherfucking suckers out. By the way, I'm going to be a fucking bum. Because you don't need to know what I have. Don't worry about that. But anyway, that's my opinion on that women need to, yes, have a list of things that they want, and we'll talk about it after the commercial real quick. But you need to understand that that table that you built it really fucking high, and that the things that you ask for need to be things that you yourself have brought to the table. You're not just asking for that. You should be asking for what you can give. And that's how we meet in the middle, not just asking for the sake of asking and looking for someone to bail you out of whatever situation that you're in. You know what I mean? That's not how that works. You should be dating your equal. And if your equal ain't shit, then maybe you need to look at yourself and say, okay, well, perhaps I ain't shit. Perhaps I need to get my shit together. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But guess what? Auntie Karen just told you that you need to get your shit together. Don't take it personal. Don't be mad at me. It ain't a beef. I'm not speaking to any one person directly. I'm just saying, if the people in your circle and the men you attract ain't shit, then maybe you ain't shit. Because people attract like. So if you're not attracting, if people is coming to you incorrectly and it's not the things that you want, then perhaps you need to level up. People that can't afford a Benz don't go to the Benz dealership. You buy what you know you could get. And so if you feel that this man is the type of man that you need, and this is what you want in your life, then you yourself needs to level up so you could be in that circle with that man, because that man not coming back down to pick you up. And even if he does, because there are some women who have lucked out. I ain't gonna lie. There have been some women who have lucked out, but the reality is that he's not gonna see you as an equal, because you're not. And women, vice versa. If you're with someone and you make more money than them and you're pulling the weight and you're taking care of the kids and you bought the house and the cars is in your name and you're running your small business and whatever it is that you're doing, and you're more successful and you've been more successful and more ambitious, then guess what? You're going to punk that nigga. Even if you marry him and you love him, you're still going to punk that nigga, because you're going to be like, yo, I got the balls in this shit. That's not your equal. That's not. Anyhow, let's go to commercial real quick. We're going to come right back. I'm going to tell you real quickly what you should do when you manifest in a partner. I have not done this, but other people have told me that it works. And I was like, I'm going to try this shit. I haven't done it yet because I don't know if I want to manifest anything right now. Like, I'm good. And that's a whole nother show, because sometimes as a woman or a man, you just have to be like, I'm good. And be okay with just being good and not necessarily wanting anything. And I live in a place of gratitude and bliss, and I'm good. But we're going to go to commercial. We're going to come right back. We're going to talk about this manifestation of your partner and what you should be putting on that motherfucking list. And we'll be right back.
Sweet Vibrations is the official sponsor of the Say It Loud Hoe Bag. Yes, they are. If you didn't know, Sweet Vibrations is an adult boutique that delivers innovative lifestyle products and embraces the taboo of sexual wellness instead of hiding it. Simply put, they inspire each and every one of us to embark on our own sexual wellness journey. Whether it's the girl's best friend, a little pixie, the perfect match, or tulips, there's something for everyone. And you deserve something sweet. So visit their website at www.sweetvibe.toys. Use our Say It Loud discount code, LOUD, loud, for discounts. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Sweet Vibrations. I mean, ladies, we all deserve a good vibe.
Sound a big thing, them. Sound a big thing, them.
All right, we are back. And we're going to talk about how we manifest what it is that we want in our lives. So I can't say that I've done this. I really can't say that I've done this. I'd be lying to you. But I have had a number of people, different people who don't know that I've had this conversation, tell me that you should, and this is for men and women, okay? And this has become, a relationship podcast, and I take things that people say to me and their circles that I'm in, and I kind of always use it for content. I'll be like, should I share that? And people often talk to me about my own personal life, because you guys already know that I'm single. I'm very single. I'm very happy being single. There's some people that cannot be alone. I actually like being single. It doesn't really, I liked being married. I like being in a relationship. I think I'll be a damn hell of a wife, a great stepmom. Somebody even better, somebody's second wife. I'm single, fuck that shit up and then come over here. so I haven't done this. I have not done it because I just haven't sat myself down to do it. But I do think about it all the time. So I've had a number of people tell me that you should sit down, Karen, and you should write down. And if anybody knows me, they know that I walk around with a planner all the time and a notebook all the time, and I write lots of things down, because the truth is, when you write something down, shit get real. And when you manifest it and it's in front of you all the time, it comes into the universe, right? And if you believe that, then that's what will happen. So with that said, I am encouraging all of you to sit down, and myself, because I need to do that shit too, to sit down and yes, write the things that you are looking for in a partner. And this work has to be in a positive way, not in a negative way. So it can't be like, I don't want or I need. It has to be, my future partner has, my future partner does, the person I am waiting patiently on will be able to, right? You have to speak in a positive and present tone, and write down the things that you are looking for in a partner. What I will say, based on the video that I saw with this woman, is that we should not be, I don't know about you youngins who are 18, 19, 20 years old, you shouldn't be writing shit. Go out, live your life, and have fucking fun. For the rest of y'all that are like 30 and better, what you should be writing is not so much the physical things, because I feel like there's physical things are physical and they're tangible and they can come and they can go. But if you write the real strong qualities, the essence of a person, of a being, of the things that you're looking for, then they will have the things that you need, the tangible physical things that you need, or they will be working towards the tangible things that you need, right? So the list should not be, you know what I mean, the ghetto, and he gonna have this kind of car. No, it should be, I'm waiting for someone who's ambitious, who's working hard, who likes nice things, who enjoys luxuries, right? It should be those conversations. And again, if those are the things you ask for, make sure that if you want someone enjoying luxuries, that you can provide luxuries too, sis. You got to be able to provide that. Because it's unfair to just expect that from someone and you yourself can't bring those things of which you ask, right? And so I also encourage people, when they're dating someone, to really look at their dating and look at who you are as a person and say, I've accomplished these things. I've done these things. I've worked really hard. I'm a good person, whatever. I want to date someone who meets me as my equal. And if that person is good and they just give you good dick or they give you good pussy, that's fine. You could take that for the time being, but that might not be your long-term person. Right? Because if you don't feel like they're equal or they're bringing equal to the table, then maybe they're not your equal. Maybe they're just someone for you to pass the time with. And I'm not against anybody passing any time, by the way. Just so you know, some people come into your life for forever and some people come for a season. Go ahead, enjoy your season and then let them go. Cut them loose. Because if they're holding you back or that's not your person, then why are you wasting time? Right? You can't always make a relationship out of everything. Some people are not supposed to be relationships. They're supposed to be what it is. And that's that. Anyhow, so in writing this list, it shouldn't be a list. It should be more of the things that you're manifesting that you want and you need as well. Right? So for me, I definitely know, like, I'm the type of person with a big ass mouth. I know that. I need someone to communicate with me. I need someone like who's not going to shut down and who's going to be able to talk to me, even though I fucking shut down all the time. But I also need someone who's going to respect that about me and understand that when I'm ready to talk, I'll talk. But there's times where I just don't want to talk to nobody. That's the Scorpio in me. That's the strong bullheadedness in me that makes me feel like, you know what, I'm not going to break down, so let me just carry the weight. I need someone who can see that, who can read me really well. And who can read me to the point where they don't need to say anything. They just know. Like, I appreciate that in someone. So you have to know yourself really, really well. Like, really fucking well. To know who you are and to know what you need, so that when you're asking for this partner, you're not just asking for them to come and give you the things that you're missing, but you know the areas of where your weaknesses are. and they'll be able to understand that and fill in those gaps. And that takes a lot of responsibility as a person, a lot of reflection, a lot of hard work. And so when I say to people like I'm good and I'm single and I'm good like that, it's because I spend a lot of time figuring out who I am. So, and that's why personally I haven't wrote my list. I haven't manifested my person, because I really feel like, one, they're gonna come on their own. But two, you have to really be in tune with who you are before you ask for somebody else. Because if you're asking for your equal, or you're asking, if you ever say I'm looking for my yin and my yang, you have to understand that they offset each other. And so you can't be asking for the same exact person as you, because that's not an offset. That doesn't make the pendulum equal as far as what you need. It has to be someone that pours into you and you pour into them. And that's how that works, right? So for me, listening to that woman speak about what she needed from a man and what his expectations for him were to do, like, not for nothing, and I know this part of the show was supposed to be really sweet and cute and shit, but not for nothing, if some woman was treating my son like that, I'd be like, leave her. Leave her. This woman don't appreciate you. She appreciates what you have. She appreciates your accomplishments, but she don't appreciate you. And I wouldn't let my brother, my cousin, my uncle, my friends, and I got mad guy friends, my guy friends, I wouldn't let nobody do that to them. Sorry, ladies. But the same way you would protect your sons and your dads and your uncles and your cousins, this is the same men you going out dating. And those same expectations that you asking for them. Like, he got to give me this and he got to give me that. Like, bro, like, you didn't even ask for the things that mattered. Like, not to hurt your feelings or nothing, but you didn't ask for the things that matter. And you'd be surprised how many people get the shit that they asked for and then realize that it's not what they wanted. Because when you asked for it, you weren't thinking about what you wanted or what you really needed. You was thinking about the things on the surface. So now you got a big house and he don't come home. Now he got 3 cars, but you lonely. Right? He got all the degrees that you wanted, but he don't change no diapers because he like, come on, you got to understand what you're asking for when you asking for certain shit, because not everything that you ask for come the way that you ask for it. Oh, well, he's going to do this and he's going to, no, you don't know that. You should be looking for the quality of a person and the integrity of a person, and those things will come out in the things that they have or not, because not everybody living like that. Some people live very quietly on the low and nobody knows shit, and they good, and that's okay. Anyhow, I wanted y'all to reflect on that, because I think that it's really important that we kind of look at who we are when we're asking for a partner and what we expect from a partner, and when we're building a motherfucking table that we could barely reach. That's what my goal is with this particular episode. Don't be building a table that you can't even fucking sit at because you can't reach it. You built that motherfucker so big and asking for everyone to sit at it to be so big, but you yourself got to sit on phone books and stand on phone books to reach the top of the table because you don't have any other things that you ask for. And I know somebody arguing with me right now in their head going, Karen, yeah, but I need someone to da, and I need this and I need that. And I'm not saying we don't need things. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when you're sitting together, putting your list of what you want in a partner, and gentlemen, you can do this too. Okay, when you're sitting around manifesting what you want in a partner, be very clear with what you want. Be very clear in what you ask for, and understand that what you're asking for is what you expect, because you know that that's what you can give as well. That's what I'm saying. And if you can't give that, then what the fuck makes you think that that person that you want to be with is going to want you? And again, I'm not talking to you youngins because y'all ain't get through that yet. Y'all haven't learned this yet. I'm talking to you grown ass motherfuckers who should know better. That's who I'm talking about. All right? So that's that for this episode. Hang on. We're going to do our dropping gem section right now.
Get my dough, get my dough, get my dough, get my dough.
All right, it's time for dropping gems. So here go my gem for you. Reflection. What the fuck you mean by that, Karen? I mean reflection. I mean the best way that you can manifest anything in your life, or what you want, where you've been, where you're going, your behavior, what you're teaching your kids, all of that good shit, is to go and stand in the mirror, or write in a journal or turn your FaceTime on camera to yourself and look at your own motherfucking reflection. Let me tell you something about me, and I said this a long time ago. I don't know. My friends used to call me the truth. I poke holes at myself. I talk shit about myself before any other motherfucker can talk shit about me. I know what I do. I know what I don't do. I know what I say. I know who I am. I know my own hypocrisies. And I don't have any because I keep it 100 with myself these days. But you need to know who you are, because you cannot ask anybody or do anything in your life if you're not 110% sure about who you are as a person. And if that takes some time to learn, then take your time to learn it. If that takes some time to understand, then take some time to understand it. If you need to reflect on why you behave like this in certain relationships and it go back to what you've seen as a kid, you need to reflect on that. If you need to reflect on why you are a certain person as a mother, then you need to reflect on that. If you need to understand why you never did well in school, then go ahead and reflect on that. Because when you reflect on who you are and the things that you are dealing with and have dealt with and have healed from them, then you will be a healthier person for somebody else. For yourself first. Fuck everybody else. For yourself first. And then for anybody else. Do not be welcoming people in your life if you yourself hasn't done the work to make yourself a better person and heal. You just dragging somebody into your shit. That's what you're doing. So take your time to reflect. And if you're already in a relationship, guess what? You could still do that work. It doesn't mean you don't be with anyone. It doesn't mean you're not healthy. It means that you take the time to look back at who you are and your experiences and the shit you carrying around in that bag on your back so that you can drop that motherfucker and get on with your life. So my work for you this week is to go look at your FaceTime, go buy some posters. Remember Mary Jane used to have the posters all over the place. For you guys, I know you don't want to put posters because you don't want nobody seeing your shit. Go ahead, write it in your phone. But you need to make the list of the things that you're like, you know what, I need to work on this and I need to deal with it and I need to confront it. I need to do the research. I need to do the meditation. I need to just understand it, because some things we can't fix. We can't go back and fix it. And that's fine. But do the research. Find out where it comes from, make peace with it, and then put that motherfucker down because you're carrying dead weight. And let it go. So that's that as far as our dropping gem section. Are you done mixing yet? I am done, by the way. So if you're looking for me, you can find me on social media. I am on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all that good shit at Say It Loud, at I am Karen L. You can also visit our website, www.sayith.com for all things Say It Loud. Go cop some merch, support the brand. The Say It Loud subscription is now live, guys. That's right. For $10 a month, you get an additional 2 hours, of content. You get a discounts on merch. You get opportunities to call into the show. You get access to live Say It sessions with me, Karen. You get a quarterly newsletter and all of that good shit. So definitely go to the website, click the Join the Say It Squad tab, join the Say It Loud movement, become part of the squad, support small business. As always, I live in a space of gratitude. So for all you listeners, I fucks with y'all. And I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, we out. Hey. Talk your shit, K.
How did I bring my dreams alive? Why, with a Anchor podcast, of course. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor does the hard work and distributes your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can even make money with your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to Anchor FM to get started.